Good morning. Windy day here in Sarasota. Out here on the Bonita roadside. Write-in candidate for Congress, 16th District, Ralph E. Hartman here. A little while ago, I was reminded of another detail. The only other place, other than in my presence, that I've ever heard the loud traffic broadcasting disturbance. There was only two other times that I heard it. One time, the time that I was reminded of, was back in about either 2005 or 2006. I was in the waiting room of the office of a doctor named Dr. Deems up in the University Parkway area about the cancer that was getting in the corner of my mouth accusingly. I'd explained that before. It started as a real small little, like maybe a bite, and then gradually became a very large scab that got up at the corner of my mouth and started causing the left side of my lower lip to have to be peeled off repeatedly. Well, to me it was obvious that it was in some way from the old accusation from Orlando back in 1981. Like I said before, the old stain accusation, the clinic near Lake Underhill. Well, anyway, that's the reason I was in the Dr. Deems' office. So anyway, they had a TV on in the waiting room, and I don't remember what TV show it was exactly, but suddenly there was a scene on from Okinawa, and there was a narrator, and I heard in the background that like I never heard before except for one time back in 1990. That I could hear that the traffic broadcasting confusion was in the backdrop of the scene in Okinawa. Uh, in the scene, I don't remember the exact detail, but except for there was a man. I guess he was a Marine. I don't remember whether he was an officer. I think he was probably an officer who got into the soundtrack or commented on in an interview. And then there was emphasis in the soundtrack pertaining to me, saying, "You'd want the F-22 Raptor," and I'm thinking, gosh, that's irritating. Again, an example of some kind of official progression, that I'm always separate of, that I don't know anything about. Of course, I never had any expertise pertaining to examining the characteristics or the specifications of the F-22 or any other jet. But anyway, suddenly it was another partly live situation pertaining to a television, and the sound of the traffic broadcasting disruption was on in the background. Well, everyone knows that Okinawa was the site of a tragic, very intense battle back near the end of World War II. And it was also the site of another detail that back in 1981, soon after the stain malpractice rumoring started, that I really honestly didn't know anything about, because my experience had been that I had only been alone pertaining to the very slight irritation that had started. So it didn't occur to my mind in analyzing about anything. So that the persons that the couple of men that I had shared my VA home loan with to invest in a house and fix it up and sell it. One of them, David and J.B. Stevenson, they say that their father had been either in the Navy or the Marine Corps, and that they grew up, a lot of their years of growing up had been on Okinawa. And a detail of their childhood experiences that they had explored a lot of caves. So right away, the indication is that besides the stain accusation being circulated into the Navy by Stevenson, that they had also perhaps conjured about the details from the manuscript I had started writing back during about the same time frame, because of its title being The Treasure of the Seven Caves. So I just thought I'd mention that. It isn't anything important to the campaign, except for there are still some ramifications in progress, and I'm really sure that the particular malpractice was secretly and egotistically pivoted on in ways that negatively affected others. But anyway, this is all for everyone having good health, and I hope you're having a good day, and as always, thanks for your consideration.